welcome back to the channel. It is Gale right here, back once again for another Genshin Impact video, and today I'm gonna be giving my honest thoughts on Genshin Impact's anniversary. So, Genshin Impact's anniversary. Today is the 28th of September. 1 year ago, we obviously got the game in our hands, and now 1 year later, we're questioning a lot of decisions that miHoYo have been making, of course. If you guys have your own thoughts, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. Whatever it may be, if you have any good to say about miHoYo, bad, whatever it may be, I'm welcoming all and every opinion on the channel, just because I want to see what the consensus is, right? Because I don't want to, hammer down on one point, because I personally, I'm not overly mad. I think mad is not the right word here. I'm not mad at all. I'm not angry whatsoever. I think disappointment is my personal opinion of all of this, or my personal emotion regarding the whole situation right now. But we'll get into it right now, I guess. Leave a like if you enjoy this video. Of course, subscribe to the channel to see more content. Of course, I'm still going to be carrying on Genshin content. Don't you worry about that. Obviously, I am planning on, mixing it up with some FGO as well in there, but Genshin's still going to be on the channel. I'm not that mad about the game, to the point where I'll leave it or anything of that sort. So, Genshin Impact's anniversary. Of course, I woke up this morning, brushed my teeth. You got to brush your teeth, kids, of course. Showered, had a breakfast, and, I was just waiting because 9:30 a.m. my time, or noon CST, right, is usually when we tend to get another tweet out, from the team at miHoYo, or at midnight EST, I think it would be, right? And I was just waiting. I was just like, let's wait and see if there's gonna be anything. Maybe then. And we did get some stuff. We obviously got the web event for the anniversary theater, which is super sweet. I highly recommend you guys do it. I enjoyed it a lot. I got to see all my records. I have some of it on Twitter. I might post some over here that I managed to click a picture of. And then we obviously got a promo video, a minute-long promo video, which, was pretty decent. It wasn't that crazy. It was a promo video, however, and not a trailer. It would have been cool if it was teasing maybe the next update or something. That would have been very nice, but wasn't the case. And then they announced another competition that was another gacha-based competition, in the sense of like, oh, put your story under the tweet and, we'll pick a winner, basically, which, it is what it is. But we didn't get anything. And after that, like I said, my feeling was more so disappointment than mad. I know a lot of people got mad, and a lot of people were spreading false information actually as well. If you, I put up a picture on your screens right now, and I did some digging. And a lot of people were saying, miHoYo's, stopping people from talking. Hoyo Labs muting threads. Discord's muting people. The Reddit is in lockdown. Tieba and NGA are, not allowing posts to go off, and so on and so forth. And obviously the name signature in game, you can't change it today, if you guys are seeing it right now. And I'll give you a reason for pretty much each and every single one, and kind of debunk them, because they're not true. None of them are true. I'm not sure actually on Hoyo Lab, but I'm pretty sure they still are allowing comments and everything to go through. They just removed that fan art competition thing, which we know about for a time. That was not a surprise, because that was really getting a lot of hate, to be fair. But the Discord, first we'll start with the Discord, because that's pretty easy to talk about. The Discord, it doesn't mute people. It hasn't muted people at all, or I say they don't mute people. They do mute people if they're spamming and stuff, but they haven't muted anybody who's been talking against the anniversary. If you go into their Discord, I know people who tried actually speedrun muting themselves in the Genshin main court, but nothing happened to them. So that's false immediately. Like, they're allowing conversation to go on, as long as it doesn't go over the top where they're insulting people, or insulting other people and stuff like that for actually enjoying the anniversary or whatever it may be. They're fine with it, as long as it's constructive, right? And that's the main thing. When it goes to hate, it's understandable if the mods have to come in, or the staff have to come in of the community, or whatever it may be, and stop it, right? But when it comes to just general constructive criticism, it seemed like anything was flying in there. The Reddit, on the other hand, they did remove a lot of posts beforehand, but at a point, I think what they must have done instead was create a mega thread, because what they did was actually do that. They created a mega thread instead of letting people just continuously post, so that they have one concentrated place to effectively vent their frustrations, vent their disappointment and whatnot, right? And I think that's very important, right? And then somebody decided to check on Tieba and NGA. The guy actually, under the comment of the Gacha Gaming Reddit, actually one person actually stated that they went to the respective communities, and nothing of that sort is even happening as well. And finally, talking about the name change and signature change, this has actually happened before during a Chinese holiday periods. I think it was the Communist Party National Day or something in July. You couldn't actually change your name or signature that day either. And today is actually also a holiday in China. So it's why you can't change your name and signature. I assume by tomorrow we'll have it back in the game again. So don't worry on that. It really isn't, they're not stopping you from doing it. It's just for one day, it's not there. And honestly, I think debunking all of those is very important, because I've seen a lot of people ride with it. Other gacha communities are, blaming MiHoYo, or targeting MiHoYo, and on top of that, making fun of other players, which I think is stupid, right? As much as I like, digging on other people, I myself enjoy digging on other people on certain games like Grand Cross and stuff. I don't ever, go to the point where I'm just annoying every person each and every single day. I don't want to point out any community necessarily, but I remember in the most recent one, and both sides were wrong in my personal opinion. I think the Dragalia community and Genshin community both were wrong. I think the Dragalia community had gone onto their Reddit or their community servers and Discord servers and started saying, oh, you should play Dragalia instead. At least we have good stuff going on, which is fair. Their anniversary is going on. They're having a great anniversary even. So fair dues to them. But at a point, if you're continuously like poking the bear is going to retaliate, and that's what happened. The Genshin community decided to go over to the Dragalia Reddit and start harassing the Dragalia players, and the Dragalia players are just surprised Pikachu face. But that's what happens when you poke the bear. When you poke the bear, they're gonna retaliate, and I think, in my personal opinion, more than anything else, both sides were wrong. I think the Genshin community should have been the bigger men and women, just stayed aside and, let it happen. You enjoy your own game kind of thing, and we'll enjoy ours. They should have just ended off with that and moved on. That's what I did. I just ignored a lot of the Dragalia posts and stuff. I couldn't care less, to be honest. And on the other hand, the Dragalia community, you shouldn't be poking the bear, man. Your game isn't fantastic either. Yes, you have some great gacha rates and, your celebration's good in terms of the summons, but your game is quite dookie at the same time, arguably, in my personal opinion, right? And that's not to say Genshin has its flaws either, but don't think your game is like on a high pedestal either. It's not the best gacha by any means of the imagination. And let's go with that and hit that point straight at the head of the Dragalia players, right? And this goes for any gacha community. No gacha is ever perfect. I mean, it's a gacha. It's obviously going to be flawed in some fashion, right? And when we come to Genshin's anniversary, and now let's talk about the anniversary itself. With what we've gotten so far, I think I'll start with some of the pros, right? Getting the competitions, the IRL competitions, is cool. However, I think there should have been some competitions that were nominal for everybody, in the sense, or equal level for everybody, where it's like, oh, this is just a hypothetical idea, right? You have this quiz, for example, where everybody can answer it. People will probably cheat on it, but everybody can answer it. You answer 20 questions, you get 500 Primo Gems. Everybody does. Whoever answers that quiz, 500 Primo Gems for everybody. It's not a crazy amount, but it's a decent amount where it's like, oh, here's a gift for players who actually know the game, maybe, right? And then on top of that, they could also have done some other event in game, maybe something like, oh, some challenge quests. Like I said, some domains that you can reset, and they give you like 200 Primo Gems per clear. So for example, if I go to the world map right now, right? So for example, domains like the Temple of Falcon, which don't have anything. They used to have something, but not anymore. I think Temple of the Wolf as well. Yeah, for example, Temple of the Wolf. All these like one-time only domains, if they could reset them, give 200 Primo Gems in each of them, and make it a bit of a challenge, I think that would have been a cool aspect as well, where, depending on what challenge you have or what level of characters you have, you could probably complete it and get some rewards that way as well. I think that would have been great. And outside of that, I don't mind the whole cosplay thing, the animation thing and stuff. Some of them were really cool from what I've seen, so I can't really put fault to that. We saw some talented people. I'm following some of them now as well on Twitter and stuff. So, you get some really good people and you get some good exposure out of it. But that's the thing. It's only a very few people who get that, and you're getting exposure. If you don't win, say for example, you're not gonna get the rewards, which is like, I think it's like an iPhone 13 and some welcome passes and like Primo Gems and stuff. Which, it's great and all, but if you don't win, all you're getting is a little bit of exposure, and that's always not good, right? Artists hate that thing of like, where, oh, what is your reward? Exposure. And it's like, well, what do you mean exposure? So Again, I like the ideas they had with the competitions. The execution could have been a lot to desire. There was a lot to be desired for in the execution. Let's leave it at that, I think. The other thing I really actually liked, and I'm enjoying currently, from whatever I've seen, I haven't started myself, is actually the Moonlight Merriment event. It's a longer event than normal. Most normal events last a week. However, this is obviously one of the longer based events. I actually have seen some of the footage. I'm leaving this for my stream personally as well. I've seen obviously some footage of the Moonlight Merriment event, and it seems enjoyable. It seems a little bit better than most events recently, in my personal opinion. However, again, it seems like it's another just generic event with obviously one really cool weapon here with the Luxurious Sea Lord. I like that. But again, I can see why people may not be extremely happy with this. And then, of course, the login bonus. While this is a good and the bad, all right? So the good is we have a login bonus. The bad is it's not enough, all right? I think that's the best way to put it. And I think we should go into the bad now. So the bad to me in terms of the login bonus is that it shouldn't have been just one multi. It shouldn't have been exactly like the Lantern Rites event. If anything, it should have been more than the Lantern Rites event. It should have been around 2 multis. I would have said 2 multis, you taken me. I think I'm fine with that. I even said it in my previous videos as well. I'd have taken 2 to 3 multis and that's it. I'm not expecting a full pity summon or anything of that sort. That's not gonna happen. I think 2 multis should have been the case. The next bad that I have is the banner. Why is it Kokomi? I know they're still in the top 10 of the top grossing charts. If you look up any site, they still are in the top 10 grossing charts for most countries as well. I know Japan, it's in the top 3 for Android, top 15 for iOS. Evens out kind of there. And I know it sells well. Kokomi is still going to sell well, especially with the collectors. And on top of that, Jade Cutter is a great weapon. People are going to be going for the Jade Cutter. But imagine if it was an actually good banner. Imagine if Kokomi was actually Raiden Shogun instead. Imagine if if the banners were flipped around. How much better would have Raiden Shogun's banner done here, right? And to me, I think that's another thing that I think they had to change. And I'm really disappointed that the other part of it that I thought that should have been there, the banner that should be here, no matter the situation, no matter who it was in the second part during the anniversary, and that is the banner that gives you a guaranteed 5-star, however, costing you either, depending on what the banner's contents were, either costing you Intertwined Fate or costing you Genesis Crystals. If it was all the limited characters, it would have been Genesis Crystals. If it was only the standard characters, it should have been 1600 Primos or 10 Intertwined Fate, or maybe even more. Even if they had said, oh, you have to spend 20 Intertwined Fate for this one, I would have been like, you know what? Sure. Take it. I'd have been like, that's at least some value there, right? There is value in that because you're getting a guaranteed 5-star. Now, it could be a Chi-Chi, it could be a Jean, it could be a Mona, it could be a Diluc, or it could be a Keiching. It could be something, but you're getting a guaranteed 5-star no matter what. However, you'd have to pay a little bit for it, which is fair. I don't think they would ever give a free 5-star, especially 1 year into the game. No way. Even the standard wise, I would highly doubt it as much as I'd like it, and I could see it happening. Even if it was just the 5 standard 5-stars that you could get for free, that is, I doubt they would have done it, especially in my personal opinion. It was very unlikely in the first place. It took so much time for certain games to even give you like free S-stars / 5-stars in their game. Looking at you, FGO. It took FGO 5 years to give it. 5 years to give a free SSR. So, a perfect example of that situation. Also, I will say, all things said and done, as much as we, lambast them about, their, all of what's been happening, I think the one thing that I have not liked the most in terms of like, the 5-stars or rewards or anything, I don't think those were even important to a degree that people were giving them. I think more importantly were the in-game events, and I'm not talking about stuff like Moonlight Merriment or Spectral Secrets or anything of that sort. I'm not talking about like an actual event. I'm talking about the bonuses. So for example, right now, if you were to do Moonlight Merriment and you were to level up your Luxurious Sea Lord, it has an enhancement bonus. So you're getting more you're using less experience to get more experience. Does that make any sense? Well, you're using less books and you're getting more experience out of it. That's what I mean. There you go. Got there in the end. So yeah, that's basically it. You're getting more experience out of the same amount of books you used to use anyways. And Obviously, I think they should have done that for all the weapons. I think that would have been great. A general weapon enhancement bonus for like a week would have been fantastic. On top of that, artifact leveling bonus would have been fantastic. Character leveling up bonus would have been amazing. Half Mora cost on talent leveling up would have been brilliant. But they didn't. They haven't done it, and I think that's another big L, and more than anything else, because those types of events are what makes or breaks big celebrations. You know, you look at, for example, EVGO, higher guaranteed chance of great successes and super successes. Dokkan, 4 times the experience in quest mode, and you know, sale in the Baba shop and stuff like that. Then you look at games like Danmachi, gives you a great higher chance of a super success and great success in the crafting equipment. Everything is open every day, like all the Falna and the Exilia book quest is open as well. So stuff like that would have been fantastic. Maybe even if they had also said, you know what, let's give you guys all the weapon enhancement materials or whatever, or the ascension materials open every day. So like it would be just Sunday but every day basically. I think that would have been brilliant as well. And overall, the biggest issue is, to me, in terms of my disappointment, is as much as that web event and everything, you know, gave me that feeling of the anniversary, everything I do in the game doesn't make me feel like it's an anniversary. I'm looking outside, I'm looking at the Twitter, and I'm looking at the hash flags that they've spent $1 million each on. Each hash flag cost $1 million. And the promo video, the web event, the animation stream that they had, or fan art and the stream they had, the Hoyo Fair stream that was 2 days ago, that was great. Everything was great outside of the game, and that's the biggest issue. Why is the stuff in the game not as good as what's outside the game? I think that's the biggest issue for me more than anything else, and that's the disappointment. And I think that's the focus what everybody has, is like, why is everything in-game not feeling like an anniversary, if anything, right? Because like I said, you know, for my thoughts for anniversary, you know, spread the cities with a festival like Aura, which they have with Leeway, but not from Mondstadt or Inazuma. You know, give us a bit of a better login bonus, which they have given us a login bonus, but not the better than Lantern Rights. Give us like in-game bonus events, you know, stuff like, you know, weapon enhancement bonus and stuff like that. And then maybe just a little bit of a better event than Moonlight Merriment, or more varied event like Moonlight Merriment. You know, maybe add Wind Trace and bring in some of the old events back in for a bit of fun, you know. And it would have been brilliant. I think a lot of people would have enjoyed it, and it's a shame that it hasn't been the case. Like I said, I'm more disappointed than mad. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, they should be fixing their game, or I'm not gonna play it ever again, or anything of that sort. No. I'd like to see constructive criticism. I mean, just generally, as well as in the comment section, I'd love to see it. And I think that's where I'm gonna wrap up as well, to be honest, because I don't have much to add. I think, you know, at the end of the day, disappointment is the defining factor for me. However, it's not going to change my opinion of the game as a whole, to be honest, in terms of like, I like I said, I've had zero expectations since the start. You know, you guys have seen my videos from the 2.1 live stream onward. I did make a video on why is Genshin Impact's anniversary bad already, but I think more than anything, the fact that I have had no expectations has kind of helped me be like, you know what, we move. Maybe something in the future. Maybe they'll learn from their mistake. Maybe, just maybe. Obviously, we have a stream on the 3rd of October at Tokyo Game Show, which in theory should be the stream for 2.2, because I know 1st of October is also a national holiday in China, so I doubt there's going to be a stream then. But if there is a stream then, I'm curious to see what the 3rd October stream is on at TGS. But either way, we'll see what happens. Obviously, one thing I will add is last TGS, they had the Tevya chapter storyline trailer showed there, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to wrap up this video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below your thoughts on the Genshin anniversary live stream. But Genshin anniversary in general, not even live stream. There was no live stream, sadly. But let me know your thoughts on the Genshin anniversary. You know, be frank, don't worry. Be it good, bad, I'll, you know, respond to it as well. I want to see what you guys think. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.